Hi everyone, my name is Charlie and today I'm going to talk about The Passion of New Eve by Angela Carter. This young man, Evelyn, goes to New York, and it's an apocalyptic New York, and after a rather tumultuous relationship ends up disappearing off into the desert where he meets a many-breasted fertility goddess, and she with her scalpel transforms him into a woman. And I thought, this is brilliant. I am taking a break from writing and trying to discover things, and I want to read more to do with feminism and femininity and sexuality and gender, and this seemed like it would be a fantastic book to do that. I hadn't banked on this book being quite as disturbing as it is. Now, when I read The Bloody Chamber and Other Stories, even though there's quite a lot of disturbing things happening in the narrative, I could cope with it because they were short and they would see them as fairy tales. And I think in my head, seeing them as fairy tales, it kind of dampened down how dark the stories were. With The Passion of New Eve, however, I was disturbed not because this man had been turned into a woman with a fully functioning uterus and breasts, and really their entire person had changed. As a male, Evelyn was disturbing because of the way he treated Layla, and he was abusive towards her. This book recognises how we have become apathetic towards rape and towards abuse and towards women. Yeah, this book came out in 1977 and it's an apocalyptic novel. And from the beginning you are told that there are women with armbands going round, blowing places up and attacking men, and Evelyn becomes Eve. These women are going to use Evelyn's sperm and impregnate Eve as religious allegory, I believe. But then Eve runs off and the adventure kind of begins, and I agree with this book in Angela Carter showing the way the world could have gone and could still be. I thought it was a very brilliant book in that it was thought-provoking and it did give these questions of gender and sexuality. When Evelyn is transformed into Eve, she accepts who she is and she accepts this change. She begins to see how bad a person Evelyn was, and there is this journey of absolution once Evelyn becomes Eve. It was dark. It was a dark book to read, and I don't think that I can say that I enjoyed it. I can say that I think the book is very well written. I am exceptionally glad to have read this book, and there is some brilliant, beautiful prose in here, but there is darkness. There are moments that will disturb you, but I think that those moments are what will stick with you, and I think that they are very good at making you think and think about these issues. I truly appreciate this book for what it is, and I can't say more than that. I can say that to read a book that deals with sexuality, gender and all of that fun stuff in a apocalyptic world that is likely to disturb you and probably should be read around Halloween, then read this book. It reminded me very much of the Hammer horror film series of that time, and I think it was very stylistic in that, and in that there are some very long chapters, but then there are some short chapters that kind of just move the story along, but are also very good lyrical descriptions of things which were very, again, stylistic of Angela Carter this time. And I'm going to keep this book and I'm going to reread it again, probably around Halloween, to truly terrify myself. If you are looking for a book with any of the themes that I mentioned, go and read The Passion of New Eve by Angela Carter. I will get better at making reviews. Until next time, that is all.